What's going on, everybody? Today I want to talk about character transfers as well as a little bit of a PSA on what happens when you do character transfer, because there is something that is absolutely game changing that you have to make sure you're okay with losing if you character transfer at the moment. That being said, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about the Deed of Valor badges. Now, for those of you that don't know what these are, I'll go over them in just a bit, but basically people are transferring servers, and I've seen this on my server, and they are losing their Deed of Valor badges. This is very, very critical, because if you look and at what they say here, as well as what I've experienced, I've not seen any sort of badges on the character. Also, it's not documented by any tooltip. It's not documented in the game. It's not documented in the patch notes as far as I could see. It's not mentioned anywhere. And this is a huge loss. This is one of the only ways that we've managed to get consistent power as we've acquired some time into the game. Now, what are Deeds of Valor? How do you get them? And why does this matter at all? Well, basically, the reason why this matters here is because if I just check out my profile here, go into my little stat sheet, you can see there's going to be a tab, Deeds of Valor, here on the right-hand side. Now you can see I have two of them. Two of them are from Shadows and one of them is from the Immortals. And you can see I get specific life and damage increases. Now, if you are Immortal, what's awkward about this is if you're Immortal, it's actually so difficult to go ahead and actually get a good rating, because in fact, a lot of the Deeds of Valor are incredibly difficult to get. You can see here, if I wanted to actually acquire a 6%, I got a 4%, which is honestly something that you can definitely acquire as a normal just player. But let's just see the Kion's Chosen here. You can see you can only acquire if you're Immortal. So the 12% and 20% is only acquired if you're Immortal. And then of course this participation is very good. It's based on a lot of your participation within the game. You can see I have exceptional on every single thing except for activity. And if we look here, activity was your daily interaction with participating in the battlegrounds, and the more you play, mainly through the daily activities. So I wasn't very good at doing my daily activities. I don't really play a lot of battlegrounds, but I did an immense amount of vault. I did a ton of For the Clan. I participated in every single thing that we possibly could have, but because I didn't do my dailies as regularly, I immediately dropped down in the badges, which is super important to know. Now, you can see here, though, the important thing is that 8% damage and life increase, right? So you get these badges as you're going through the cycles, and these cycles take 5 weeks on average for you to complete if your clan or the clans that are in the server are relatively strong, right? So that means if you need 3 badges, that means minimum you need 15 weeks to get all 3 badges. And if you transfer servers, you lose all of it. And this is we're talking about a 24% life increase and a 24% damage increase. That is absurd, guys. This is definitely something that I hope is a bug, or I hope that Blizzard will revert and actually give you guys your badges back, because this is not cool. Like this completely, in my opinion, absolutely makes the character transfer function almost unusable, in my opinion, because we're talking about, let's just look at my stats here. Now I have about a 20% damage and life increase right now. So let's just assume my damage is just a little bit higher at 10K and my life is about 100K, right? That means that I was getting roughly about 15K, a little bit more than that actually, because I was about, let's just say, if I'm at 100K life, then that means that I got about 85K life plus the 20%, right? So I was getting about 16 to 17K life at about 16 to 1700 damage. That's absurd. That's so crazy strong. That is equivalent of several hundred resonance. That's a massive, massive difference. And it absolutely changes the entire game for you if you transfer servers not knowing this. So I definitely wanted to mention it because it's something that I've seen across our server and it's happened, and people are a little annoyed about it. In fact, I've even seen some people in our clan join the game and really try to push for these badges, or even people just trying to push for the badges in general because they're incredibly important. And they're already behind because if you start later, you don't have the badges. And remember, this applies to Battlegrounds. This applies to PvP content. It applies to Rite of Exile. It's not like this is just something that's only going to be, oh, it just increases your dungeon runs or whatever. This is an insane, insane change for every area of the game and for every single player. If you do not have these badges, you're just innately behind by about 20% of your stats. And when you character transfer, these badges go away. So I absolutely want everyone to know out there that you should definitely think about this before you character transfer. The character or the server merges are coming in about 12 days here. And I do think that there is going to be some potential issues with this. And I don't think this is an all-encompassing fix. But if you are on one of the servers that you want to transfer to anyways, just wait it out. It's worth the 12-day wait to save 24% of your stats if you've been playing for a little while. If you are on a server and you want to transfer to another server because your server is dead, I would still wait for the server merges. Still wait for that. And if you're on a server that is in general just not on the list, because if you've seen my previous videos, I talked about how there's just some servers not on the list, I would still wait until 12 days to see if they end up changing their perspective or give an explanation on why those servers are missing. Because again, if you do transfer your servers, you might have a better experience for the next week and a half in terms of grouping together. And maybe that's worth it for you. Obviously, if it's worth it for you, then make that decision. But you may regret it because of how weak you will be until you get those badges earned. Now, hopefully you guys are earning those badges quickly, but it's going to take about 15 weeks. You just have to kind of expect that amount of time. And that's a lot of time to miss out on about 24% of your entire stat line, which is just absurd to me. So definitely consider this before you character transfer. I really just wanted to inform you guys because it's something that I had no idea about, and I found out only today and yesterday between Reddit and between people transferring to my server and people annoyed about it. So definitely think about this. It's a huge deal, and you definitely shouldn't, just go into the system without knowing this because it's absolutely game changing. And I can't believe Blizzard doesn't have any statement about it in terms of whether this is intended or not. Again, I'm going to push Blizzard. You got to make sure that you give all these back to people. It really hinders the character transfer function. And even if server merges do happen and it's perfect and it works great, everyone that wants to transfer servers in the future is still going to have the same problem. So I really hope they change this and then just they keep your badges when you transfer servers. Thank you for watching, guys. If you do have a thought on this or anything like that, please be sure to leave it in the comment section down below. This is kind of a weird thing. I don't even know why they have this in the game. You should just keep what you've earned, right? Like, why are you removing people's stats that they've earned in the game when they transfer servers? I thought your whole character was going to stay the same. It's clearly not. So stupid. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.